Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, back again with the white vans. Is that meme old enough that I can finally say it without getting a takedown notice from some douchebags that bought the clip? Anyway, this is video number I don't even care anymore, and I got some leaks from Hour of Devastation. I don't know where they came from, and unless they can fix my car, I don't give a Whoa, can you feel the excitement, or are you just feeling nothing but fatigue from updates and announcements and whatever the hell else? I actually am super amped about it's 1 a.m. Let's get through this crap, son. Go to bed, damn it. Okay, the first card is Abrade. I don't even know what that word means. Instant, uncommon, looks like a game day promo because of the artwork. I don't know who the hell took a ghetto cell phone shot of this, but, you know, thanks, I guess. I don't even care. It's not a damn dinosaur pirate. So, it's a modal spell. Choose one of these two modes, not both. No escalate, none of that. So, it's not OP. It deals 3 damage to target creature, so a potential kill spell maybe a post combat damage equalizer or something, or destroy target artifact. This would be popular if more Red's creatures had first strike, because you can hit them with this at instant speed and then first strike them for the rest of lethal. That's kind of a neat little trick. Now the whole destroy the artifact thing, I think that's like a really big let's take a dump on a Kaladesh thing. I mean, they really want to drive home the point that the set that's new has to kill the one before it by just stomping on its mechanic. Now, I feel like there won't be a whole lot of people left playing Aetherworks Marvel. Screw you, netdeckers. Go die. But you really don't see a lot of Dynavolt because of Dispossess and Force Out or whatever that red card is. And now they're just like taking it even further with a modal spell. That's, you know, the primary mode is actually pretty good. So, realistic card. They made it the game day promo. They obviously think it's good. I think it's a little weak for that, but it's still alright. It looks kind of cool too. Next up, big old rainbow tat kitty with the epic nail job. Adormed Pouncer. I just like that. I like that name. Now, it's a 1-1 for 2 with double strike, so in other words, a 2-1 for 2 with first strike. And then it has Eternalize. Now, because it's extended artwork and full art, which, by the way, I love the claws coming out of the frame. That's so cool. It doesn't spell out what Eternalize does, and that's a shame because I want to know. Now, for 5 with double white, I'm scared of what this might be. I mean, this looks to me like maybe it turns it into an emblem, because that would be eternal. Like, you can't get rid of it. Maybe it grants it Shroud and Indestructible, so you can still force sack it with Blessed Alliance or something. I don't know. It just sounds like for 5, it would be really broken. Maybe it's like this creature, if it were to go to the graveyard, it instead returns to play. Automatic trigger. Oh, that would actually, no, that would be an infinite combo waiting to happen, so I don't know. I mean, we might as well not speculate till we know, but if it costs 5 and it's on this crap of a creature, oh my god, is that scary. Some of these are repeats, but I just figure we could just breeze through every single one that's a spoiler in case you missed the first one. So this is pretty nuts. Bantu's Last Reckoning, 3 cost sorcery, double black because of course it is. It's a rare. It's going to be worth some money, too. A lot of money. Like, we're talking 10 plus, probably. Destroy all creatures. Lands you control don't untap during their next untap step. So, if this was instant, oh my god. But, like, there's not a whole lot of instant speed board wipes. I don't think there's any, actually. Cue somebody commenting in the comment section. So, yeah, this is cool. I mean, a board wipe for 3. It's unheard of. It's crazy. But it is double black, so there's your limiter. You know, and then you don't get to use your lands, so it's a trade-off. It's a huge negative. It's almost on par with losing your whole turn. So then we got Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. You've seen it. I'm not going to reread it. Screw it. It's too many words. But we do have Nicol Bolas the Deceiver. Now, I did cover this in the last one. So, now, Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh, I got this wrong in the last video. He actually costs 7 and comes out with 7 loyalty, but Nicol Bolas the Deceiver is 8. But because of the style of screenshot here, we don't actually know what his loyalty is. I would assume 8, but I'd almost assume 7 because that +3 would get him to -11 the next turn. Maybe that's the point, though. Like, maybe the deck is like, okay, you got to 8. For God's sake, just let him do something, you know? But, so yeah, his -3 is each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. So discard a card, that late in the game, not great. You know, it might hurt you. Sacrifice a non-land permanent of any kind. There may or may not be something on the battlefield you don't need. And then it kind of goes with the whole -3 destroy target creature, draw a card, and then the card probably destroys another creature. They'll have very few options for the +3 after that, so it all kind of flows. -11, it's definitely good. He deals 7 damage to each opponent, and then you draw 7 cards. So it's all about card draw, card draw, card draw, not, hey, I brought out Nicol Bolas and now I win the game. You still have to use your deck, and I think that's pretty fair, but at 8 as opposed to 7, are people going to run this? No, I don't think this is going to be popular at all. I mean, maybe to collectors. I don't know. So next up, this one hasn't been covered yet. Here's a picture of a pre-release promo. Ramunap... I don't know. I don't speak frickin' Egyptian. Neither does Wizards, though, apparently. Ramunap Excavator, I guess. 1 green, 2 generic. It's a Naga cleric because Nagas totally aren't Hindu. They're definitely Egyptian. Yeah, I'll stop mentioning that real soon in videos. Just kidding. I think it's hilarious. So, you may play land cards from your graveyard. Okay, well, they'll have fun banning this in Modern then. Well, then again, you still can only play 1 per turn, so I guess, I don't know. I don't know how, like, Dredge and crap works. I haven't played against that deck in, like, a million years. But this just seems like it would be bad, but, I don't know. I mean, this plays around land destruction, so maybe Ixalan is going to be a whole bunch of land destruction. I don't know. Sometimes they work it like that. This is pretty nuts. I mean, it really is. Now, the flavor text is pretty cool on this. The world was once much more than the confines of Naktamun, which is the city which has the Hekma barrier around it. And yeah, I believe Nicol Bolas showed up and just destroyed everything on the plane except for that one city, because that's all he needed. So, I mean, this isn't an enchantment. It's still a creature, and it's a 2/3 for 3, so it's not that bad, but it's not great. Kind of a theme with green, honestly. So, I think the fact that they nerfed it that hard and didn't even make it like a 3/3 or like a 3/1 or something useful, this must do something. There must be like a lot of discarding cards, and I feel like from what I've seen so far, I'm kind of getting that vibe. That's a shame because Madness is still legal. Now, Samut the Tested, we've already seen this one, real simple. She's crazy good. Wildfire Eternal. Now, I initially read this wrong, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, but it's actually the opposite of what I thought. So, first of all, Afflict. So we finally get to see a mechanic with its description. So, Afflict 4, whenever this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 4 life, which is kind of funny because it's only a 1/4. Let's come back to that. Let's get the rest of this BS out of the way. You ready for this? Whenever Wildfire Eternal attacks and isn't blocked, so it's either going to get Afflict or it's going to get this going off. One of the two. You may cast an instant or sorcery card from your hand without paying its mana cost. Now, I checked in Standard. I mean, what are you going to do? Part the Water Veil? I mean, there's not really that much. You could summon 4 1/1 tokens that all, when they die, they deal 1 damage. I mean, there's nothing too horrific that I can think of. I mean, Approach of the Second Sun would probably be pretty bad. I mean, a counterspell at that time, whatever. I just hate free casting. It's stupid, but they did limit it to instant or sorcery only. Oh, and from your hand. That's the other thing. Holy hell, would this affect Aftermath pretty damn well. There are some from the graveyard spells that you would not want to be casting with this. Well, I mean, you would if you're playing it, but you wouldn't want to be playing against it. But let's jump over to Modern for a second. Now, this is a 4 cost, so that's pretty late, but this is a guaranteed turn 5 win. Well, guaranteed in that I hope they don't blow it up, and I hope I have the right card in hand. So, let's see. What would you not want people to cast for free in the instant or sorcery pool? Well, 4 of them come to mind immediately, and I'm sure there's more. In Garruk's Wake, destroy all creatures and planeswalkers at your opponent's control. Rise of the Dark Realms, cost 9. Take all creatures out of all graveyards and drop them onto the battlefield permanently under your control, not just till end of turn. Yes, all opponents and your own graveyard. Also, obviously, enter the Infinite and Omniscience, or one or the other. I don't even remember how that damn thing works. It's just, that's the 2 that people do. I mean, you got some bad stuff like Clone Legion, copy target players' creatures, like make a token that's a copy of every single creature they own. That's kind of messed up. There's a lot of take another turn stuff, but I don't know, whatever. I mean, I guess, well, yeah, if you think about it, if you could take another turn and swing again, but then the card would usually, in most cases, be exiled. You got a lot of, like, World Fire effects and World Fire itself, but, I don't know, like, there's probably some epic spells out there. I don't think those are legal in Modern. I don't even remember. Never seen anybody play one. You could do a lot of miracle crap if the miracle ended up in your hand and somehow you didn't cast it. So, yeah, I mean, this is a little bit short of putting a creature out, but need I remind you that you could run, like, cemetery recruitment or whatever. In fact, you could do that in Standard right now. You could play a black-red Resurrector stall boost ambush removal deck thing. Well, you'd almost need the blue for self-mill, but you'd be tossing Eldrazi into the graveyard and resurrecting them. There's, like, I mean, between Soul Splitter and, I want to say Cemetery Recruitment, but I think that's the illegal one. Necromantic Summons. No, one of the two of those is illegal now, or cycled out. But I think they added another one in Amonkhet, and then there's, like, another one. So there's, like, 4 different cards that could bring something out of the graveyard, so you could cast all the sorcery and instant ones with this, and then, like, summon Ulamog for free. So I could see something happening here. I mean, I'm just hitting the tip of the iceberg with all the combos with this card, because it's good. It's, like, borderline broken, but the whole, it has to be in your hand already, and it has to be an instant or sorcery, and red doesn't have very good instants or sorceries right now. Okay, they put a leash on it. I am very worried about it in Modern, but if this costs 3, people will be losing their damn minds. 4 is, like, okay, but 3 of the cost is generic. That is very Modern friendly. So let's jump back to Afflict for a second. Some of the best creatures in, I want to say Theros, maybe M15, I don't remember, maybe Nyx. When they swung, or when they become tapped or something like that, the opponent immediately loses, like, 1 or 2 life or whatever. They've done all kinds of cards like that in the very recent past, and they were extremely popular. People would play them for days because it was, like, a more powerful version, and that couldn't really be blocked or stopped. I mean, it could, but it was almost impossible. So making your creature half unblockable is pretty darn good. So this card specifically is stupid because of the second part, but let's just look at Afflict. So this is a 1/4, let it through, right? Because if you do block it, if this card becomes blocked, then you take 4 life in damage. Okay, that is, like, the dumbest statement ever. You lose 4 life, not take 4 damage. Damage good player for 4 can be prevented. Losing 4 life almost never can be prevented. They're 2 completely different things. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. So you would just let this through, but then the problem is if you let it through, then they can cast an instant or sorcery immediately. In fact, it could be just a really powerful instant that boosts this, like a, I don't know, +1/+1 and double strike. Honestly, not the best card for this, but you can start stacking them up and just get one for free. I mean, whatever. +4 in trample would be fun. You wouldn't really need the trample, but hey, it's +4. And that would be in your deck and in your hand normally, so I could just see this being annoying. But Afflict by itself, let's say it's on a couple other creatures, because, I mean, of course it is. I could see this getting annoying because you, like, if you want to kill it, let's say you got a 5/5 out there and they swing. Okay, I'm going to block it and kill it. Well, you just took damage equal to if it hit you that many more times. So this creature specifically, absolutely worth it to keep them from casting a spell. That said, eventually they're going to run out of spells. So, I don't know. I guess, okay, it's decision heavy, it's tactical, it's sneaky, but I hate it. I hate everything about it. I just absolutely hate this card. So, yeah, Wizards, why you gotta be letting people cast crap without paying for it? That's messed up. I'm very interested in what other creatures have Afflict, what number is assigned to the Afflict, and what other effects they have, if any, because I think it's an interesting mechanic. Now, if it worked the opposite, if it's whenever it's not blocked, it deals 4, that'd be kind of messed up. But still, because it's red and because of all the boost in the game right now, this is going to be annoying on any creatures, so I'm really not looking forward to Afflict. It's clever, but it's like super annoying and kind of toxic to play against. But we'll see, you never know. I mean, we're looking at one card, and by the way, that card's the worst version of Afflict, I guarantee you. You can't get much worse than letting them cast some crap for free. I mean, it reminds me of that stupid commander that says, oh, if he's in the command zone, gain 3 life, and if he's on the field, gain 3 life. Well, what the hell is that? So let me know what you guys think of all these. Are you excited about it still, or did Wildfire Eternal just ruin it for you? Just kidding. Let me know down in the comment section, and I will see you guys next video.